The lesson of the day for me was visualization. I had to go back and really think deeply about previous races that I had done and previous super hard efforts I had done successfully to get through today's interval session. It was, as all interval sessions really are, kind of sucky. Going 4.5 minutes, super hard effort, recovering for 4.5 minutes or so, and I did 4 of those on my gravel bike, and it was super hard. And it's as much, for me, it's like as much of a mind game as it is, my legs are burning and I'm having a hard time breathing and my heart rate's high and all that stuff. So I really had to think back in the day, this is like a little over a decade ago now, when I was a roadie, Cat 1 roadie, and my job for my team was really being kind of the lead out guy, domestique. And so the last lap of a criterium race or last, couple K of a road race, I would be the guy on the front driving the pace, making it really hard. And that's sort of my forte. But I woke up with sore legs and kind of motivated, but not sure if I could pull it off. But that was where I really, again, this visualization process was absolutely key. My name is Aaron Shaw. This is the Durability Project. This is behind the scenes concierge coach taking some of his own medicine. And I am 52 years old as I record this. And I'm a once upon a time roadie. Now I'm a gravel bike, mountain bike, exercise, weight lift, try to stay healthy, live a super long, healthy life kind of guy. And I coach people how to do that. And I have a podcast, Healthspan Digest, which hopefully you'll listen to, and hopefully you'll subscribe to this channel, support me in my journey here. But the purpose of this was to show how I take some of my own medicine, or how I don't take some of my own medicine, and showing how, despite being super busy, a whole long list of aches and pains and injuries and adult responsibilities, I refuse to stop and be an old middle-aged guy, even though I am a middle-aged guy. But how do we do that? So how do I navigate doing intervals, which is great for my VO2 max, which is going to help me live a long, vibrant life? How do I do that when motivation's kind of off and on? I got a ton of shit I got to do today, and I'm trying to fit this in. I had to do my workout first thing in the morning. But that's what this durability project is all about. It's just kind of like, again, pulling back the curtain and trying to be honest about the struggles of it. But today, what really got me through the struggle of this really hard interval session was thinking back to and really imagining on this one section of this 4-minute or so effort that I did. There's 3 minutes of it where it's a pretty straight shot road, and it's just these kind of rollers. And I just imagined that I had my teammates, my sprinter behind me, and my endpoint was where I had to drop off my sprinter for the win. And so I just kept on thinking every single time, like, okay, I just got to peg this out as hard as I can, sustain, steady. And getting my mind in that spot made the second, third, and fourth effort much better than the first, because I didn't really think about that much on the first. So the key for me is to remember that when your mind is in the right spot, when you can visualize success in doing things, your chances of success are much higher. Which is why when I talk to my coaching clients about setting goals and what they want to be able to do, it's really about encouraging them to paint a really vivid picture of what success looks like actually see yourself living this certain life, or see yourself doing a certain exercise and being successful at it. So I had to take some of my own medicine, and it turned out it worked because I felt like I got the most out of the efforts. So in total, that was 17 or so minutes of really hard effort, and that is going to move the needle for my VO2 max, and also kind of get my head in the right spot to realize that I can go be uncomfortable and keep pushing through, which is part of my training, because I got the Foco Fondo coming up. It's a gravel race. That's going to be 60 miles, and that's in 3 weeks. And then another couple of weeks after that, I got a stage race in Breckenridge, mountain bike stage race, and that's going to be really hard because it's going to be at elevation, and it's going to be multiple days in a row. And speaking of which, I got to get back on my mountain bikes. I haven't been on my mountain bike in 3 weeks or so. So that's Truth in Advertising. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have questions about how to be healthier, fitter, eat well, balance this with a chaotic life, especially if you're a midlife person, professional, being super busy, and how to do that. You don't have to be a racer, certainly, but if you are curious about how to be healthy for your family, drop me a message. I'm happy to kind of kick around ideas for you. If there's a certain part of my training or health, exercise, nutrition, sleep, anything that piques your interest that you want me to dig into, I'm happy to do that either on the Durability Project blog or on my podcast. I love when listeners kind of give me, be like, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about delayed onset muscle soreness or something? And then I can kind of do the research and spell it out in plain English. So that's the name of the game. I got to hustle. I got to finish my cup of coffee here, and then I've got meeting and programming and marketing, and we're going to record a podcast and more meetings. So life goes on. So cheers.